Welcome. This webinar will cover OmegaOne for a member with a normal level of access. To kick us off, I want to highlight the support options located within the OmegaOne desktop application. First, you will see the red Get Help button at the top of the screen. If you click here, you are directed to the OmegaOne Help Center that includes articles to support any questions you have about OmegaOne. They are organized based on the left menu. The next support option is the blue support bubble in the bottom right-hand corner. By clicking here, you will get a search bar. For example, if you have a question about how to submit an excuse, we can type that in here and see a few options for how to submit an excuse for an event. By clicking on this first option, you can see those steps here. If you are unable to find the answer to your question, you can connect with our software support team by clicking Contact Us and completing the field. Another option for getting help in OmegaOne is the Click Tour. This is available on all pages in OmegaOne. It will take you through the features of each page with various pop-up bubbles. Now we're going to take a look at the top right-hand corner where you see your name, organization, and your school. If you hover and click here, a menu appears with a few options. Let's click on My Profile. Here you will see all of your personal information. If your organization has a national partnership with OmegaOne, then much of this information will pull directly from your national database. If not, you will need to add your information by clicking the pencil icon of each section. I do want to note you will not automatically be opted in to receiving text message notifications, but you can opt in on this OmegaOne Preferences box. And you'll just make sure to check this box here. To properly receive text messages, you'll want to ensure to add your mobile number here. Now we're going to take a look at how it looks when you first sign into OmegaOne. You're going to land on the wall. This is where you can share updates with your chapter and view updates from other chapter members, officers, and administrators. You have the ability to like and comment on posts and share attachments or images. This wall is going to function very similar to a social media feed. If you click on the three dots next to a post, you have a few options. Ignore notifications for that post or delete. Anyone has the ability to delete a post on the wall. Now we will take a look at the left menu. By clicking on Menu in the top left, you can expand and view the item names rather than just the icons. The first we have is Academics. Here you can view the Classmates tool and then add study hours. If we click on Classmates, this is a tool that allows you to plug in your course codes to see if other chapter members have classes with you. Up next is Study Hours. To actually record your study hours, you will need to download the OmegaOne mobile app, which is available for both Apple and Android devices. On the desktop version here, you'll be able to view a log of all your study hours down below, and then here you can view your study hours for the week, your total study hours, and where you rank in the chapter. If you click on the hamburger menu in the top right, you'll see a few additional options. First is a weekly breakdown, blocked study hours, appealing for study hours, viewing past appeals, and then print. I want to note here that block study hours are time frames of specific dates where you're not able to log study hours. These are going to be set up by your admin. Let's take a look at how to submit an appeal. First, you'll click here and add whether you're going to add or subtract hours, the number of hours, and the date, and of course the location, and any attachments that are necessary. Once you send the appeal, your admin will be notified and can approve or deny the request. After academics, we have My Account. This houses points and then the Switch OmegaOne tool. Many chapters use a points system to give members credit for attending events, volunteering, philanthropy opportunities, etc. OmegaOne has a points tracking feature to make this simple for you. Here you will see all the points possibilities down below and how many points you received for each of them. At the top of the page, you can see total possible points, total points, your percent, and then your rank in the chapter. To appeal for a points possibility, you will click Appeal. And for example, if you miss due to a doctor's appointment, you can explain your reasoning here, add how many points you're requesting, and attach a doctor's note if required. And of course, your admin will be notified and can approve or deny the request. Moving on, we have the Contacts tab. This is going to have your contacts list, faces, and then birthdays. Let's click on the contacts list. This is a list of all chapter members that can be filtered by access level or member type. This is a great place to get a list of emails or phone numbers. You also can export this list here and tailor the information to what your needs are. Next under contacts is faces. This is a quick place to see profile pictures for all your chapter members. This is a great feature for those larger chapters when it comes to getting to know a new member class. And finally, under contacts, we have birthdays. This is going to be an image and list of all your chapter members' birthdays. Next up, we have communications. From here, you can access announcements, the calendar, files, and questions and polls. Let's take a look at announcements. Here you can view all announcements posted by chapter officers and admins. If there are any attachments, you can download them directly from this page, like so. There is a possibility that you may have heard of an announcement but cannot see it here. This simply means the officer or admin might not have made it visible to all member types. Following announcements, we have the calendar. Like announcements, on the calendar, you're only going to be able to view the events available to you, as set by your officer or admin. You can view more details about each event by clicking on it. You'll also see a few options. You can sync the calendar you can sync the event on this calendar to your personal Apple, Outlook, or Google Calendar, and or submit your excuse. By clicking on the My Calendar settings in the top left, you can filter whose birthdays appear on the calendar. Looking at the other options in the top right, first is View Excuses. This will show you all of your previous excuses and whether they were approved or denied. Next is Export. This is going to give you the option to sync the entire calendar to your personal Google, Apple, or Microsoft calendar. You can also filter what events are appearing here, and you can print the calendar. I do want to make an important note. Checking into calendar events must be done from your mobile device. Following the calendar is Files. This is a file management system where you can access folders and files visible to you. Files that have a lock next to them are going to be password protected. And next to each file, you'll see a magnifying glass, which allows you to view a PDF preview of the file. And then next is an arrow, which is a tool to download the file. To view the files within each folder, you'll simply click on it. The final item we have is questions and polls. This is where you can answer any questions posted by your officers or admins, and you can also view results for those that are closed. The next menu option is links. The links here are set up by your chapter admin. They can include things like social media pages, national websites, or philanthropy websites. And as you'll see here, we also have the OmegaOne support page, the OmegaOne blog, and the privacy policy. After links is other resources. This is going to be a menu set up by a national partnership organization. It's also going to include things like external links. And then finally is the option to log out. Thank you for taking the time to learn about OmegaOne from a normal member perspective. If you need further guidance from the officer and/or administrator access level, please view the corresponding webinars.